Tell me, how do you change up a bedroom when you've got built-in closets and a bed that doesn't move? Turns out it's not a lost cause. And here with all the answers is our very own Shai DeLuca joining me in studio. I love that we're talking about this because I could use this advice too. Let's talk about this bedroom. It's spring. It's an excellent time for a refresh, and it sounds like your client really needed it.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I mean, she redid her place many years ago. She redid the windows, and the bed went in when the window was out. So built-ins, bed, things that were in that room that we were not getting out unless we were breaking down that window again, which wasn't happening. So we had to really jig that floor plan, right? So we had it one way with a simple twist of 45-degree angle of the bed. It completely changed the layout. She got 2 nightstands. She had access to her dresser. Much better.
Okay, I like that. Pretty incredible how such a simple thing can make such a big difference. So I see you also worked on changing a few other things like the carpet?
Absolutely. So the rug was a big one. So here's the thing is that rug really dictates for a lot of people what you're going to do in the space. A lot of people are, maybe a little bit hesitant about what they want to do or add into a space, and a rug is a great kind of advisor, let's call it, because we can see color, we can see style. Is it traditional? Is it very, over the top in terms of color? There was some beautiful color in that, so we really wanted to use that to inspire us. And I love layering rugs. I know a lot of people may be a little bit hesitant about layering rugs because they think it looks messy, but it's actually a beautiful bohemian look. And what we've done here is you see, even with kind of this neutral palette, putting like a sheepskin on top of it, imagine getting off the bed in the morning on that. It's so much more comforting, so much more inviting.
Listen, I'm in that time in my life where I am heading to the washroom in the middle of the night. It's like the toddlers and then people who are 40 plus. So, like, I want to step onto something really nice and plush and soft.
You got it.
So let's talk about lighting.
Yeah.
Really important in any of your rooms, but definitely a primary bedroom. Talk to us about what you did with the lighting.
Absolutely. So with the lighting was a little bit of a challenge. She has an overhead fan that she did not want to get rid of. It has the light. I find overhead lights, and I say this all the time, are for cleaning. Nobody really likes to use overhead lights. It makes you look bad, and it's just not, it's not very, forgiving. So bedside tables, of course, or bedside lamps are really important. But in a bedroom, what I like to do, especially in smaller spaces, are sconces or pendants. It releases some of, or frees up some of your surface space so that in a smaller bedroom, you have somewhere to put your water bottle down, you have somewhere to put your iPhone, you have somewhere to put whatever it is that you're using, that you have that doesn't get taken up by a lamp. I think that one of the things that a lot of people are maybe hesitant about when it comes to doing a sconce is the wiring. So that's a lot of work. But there are soft wired sconces, so with a plug, you don't have to worry about bringing an electrician in to get that done for you. Things to consider.
Yeah. Okay, and if you do have something that's a plug-in, you can sort of make that look cute too.
Absolutely.
Right?
So the plug idea in a sconce especially is more of a mod kind of lofty look. So even in spaces that are very well designed, even in spaces that we've put tons of money in, some people want that look because it's that industrial kind of more modern look. So go for it. Absolutely.
Absolutely. I love the idea of sconces, like by a bedroom for reading and all of that stuff, and then your night table is like completely free.
You got it.
Okay, we've talked about lighting and that beautiful layered lighting. Let's talk about window treatments. Can be really important in a bedroom.
Absolutely. So window treatments, I mean, I sleep at night and it needs to be completely black. I cannot see any light, otherwise I'm up. So what we introduced into this space was a roller shade. Roller shades are really modern. They're very inexpensive in comparison to other window treatments, and they look great. They're functional, they look great, but they have that modern feel to it. Now, the thing about a roller shade is what a lot of people don't understand is depending on what type you choose, there is different light transfers in percentages. So do you want it darker? Do you want it lighter? So the percentages that we see here, Trace, are the light transfer coming in from outside into the bedroom.
Okay.
1% is going to be the darkest, 3%, 5%, 10%. What that is the weave is a little bit further apart, so it allows the light to come in and gives you a little bit more light. Some people don't like that. I know, we like blackout. So blackout would be one below this, but something definitely to consider.
Yeah, I don't even like the number on my alarm being too bright. You know how you can dim that?
Oh, yes.
I want everything to be so, like, dark in my room. So that's good. I didn't realize there were those gradations when it comes to the roller blinds.
So something to ask for, something to think about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about hardware. That's really important. It's the jewelry of the space. Huge impact.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's jewelry for the room, and that's the way I want people to think about it. So you have a beautiful piece, or maybe it's a piece that you don't love. You can completely change the look of a piece by adding different hardware. And I think that hardware often is a forgotten thing, or it's often like an end thing. You know what? Now I'll change it. It doesn't need to change. It can really change it. So, we have some pictures. We're looking at a traditional pull here. It's beautiful. It's an older door, but that traditional pull really just gives it that pizzazz that sometimes it's missing. We have a transitional one that's really, I think, for people who maybe are a little bit hesitant about what's the hardware that I choose. Transitional is the way to go. It's somewhere between traditional and modern. Don't know where you want to be? That's a good kind of center lane to be in. And then, of course, the modern. The modern pulls very sleek, very minimal, beautiful, but it adds that just a je ne sais quoi that you might need in a space.
Little je ne sais quoi.
Did you like that French?
I really liked that French. I appreciate that. Okay, my favorite thing is the bedding.
Yeah.
So some people, you mentioned the rug. Some people will start from a rug. Some people will start with the bedding.
Yeah.
Like you'll get the bedding and you'll be like, okay, I want to pull these colors from this bedding, and this is what I'm going to use.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the bedding you used in this space.
So again, we use the rug as our inspiration. We wanted that to kind of be the colorway. And in smaller spaces, you have to be careful because when you're doing colors, and we did this kind of color palette that's called the new neutrals, right? Yeah. So it's blushes, sages, whites, very calming, very lovely. But you want to be careful that you don't go too one way or to the other way. So the bedding, we did actually all the different colors that you see in the rug, but in a similar hue. So in a similar kind of pastel-y look. They're not saturated. Yeah. It's not fighting with the rug, which is really important to consider.
Okay, very good. You don't want things to be fighting. You want to go with hues. We've talked a lot on the show about color temperature.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about color drenching today on the show. So there are different ways you can go. You can go up and down on the color swatch.
On the gradient, absolutely.
Or you can go this way.
Absolutely.
Right? If you're looking for different tones, but it doesn't have to be sort of hammer over the head with the color.
Well, we don't want that in, especially not in a bedroom. And then I think one of the last things is, and I think a bedroom, especially a primary bedroom, this was a single mom. So I like to say, superwoman. The single mom, oftentimes think of themselves last. I wanted to do this space, and I wanted to. That's okay. I wanted to.
Doesn't want to stay in my ear. It's fine.
I wanted to prove that you can really get big bang for your buck, even if you don't go over the top. And the reason that I say that is because we did something that I'm a fan of. Yeah. We shopped her home.
Oh, good for you.
Right? So shop your home, guys. Like, look around in different spaces. Maybe something that's in the kids' bedroom will work in your bedroom now. Maybe something you find in the basement is like, wow, I'm going to re-envision this in a different space in my room. You're saving money because you're not buying anything, and you're loving that piece again.
Sometimes it takes a designer to get you to do that, though.
I'm more than happy to come over.
Come to my basement. Shop my basement. Let me pull some stuff out.
I'm more than happy to come over.
Okay, great. As always, Shai, love it. Gorgeous transformation.